We're live.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's a delay. I'm watching it over here on the phone. It's like, it's catching up. It's catching up. Well, what's going on, Tim? Transformation Tuesday. We're back again.
Here we
So
go.
here we go. Well, let's dive into it. We did our last one. We did a sample of our We the People podcast we're working on, and got a few comments on it. I think it was pretty pretty brave as we're talking about topics people get squirrely about. But this one's designed. We've been doing this for a minute. Transformation Tuesday. We started it a little while back. If you tuned in, we'll invite some people. See if they're available to jump on here. And what's else going on, Tim?
uh, you know, um, what's going on? NBA Finals is down to the Mavericks and the Celtics.
Oh, or this is basketball.
Yes,
You,
yes.
you see how I asked you? I'm inviting people, so that's why I'm looking down. So I'm not ignoring you.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Yeah. Besides that, man, what else going on? Life and more life.
More life.
More life.
Well, life is good. There's a lot of craziness going on, but it's still good. Still good.
Yeah, yeah.
We just got to get through this craziness. Your crazy the crazy stuff like you know ex presidents getting charged for things they shouldn't be. I
Yeah,
guess.
they trying to get Fauci on falsified information about the COVID vaccine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
I'm
lots
like,
of lot.
oh man.
Well, even the New York trial, the one he just got convicted 34 counts. I know this doesn't have nothing to do with Transformation Tuesday, but what's going on is that right now. So how does that stress us as we're trying to do weight loss? And at least for me, you get overwhelming as a father as you're going around, you're seeing the world
Yep.
kind of go a little nuts. Um, you get, if you're an anxiety, and if you have anxiety as a person, that can make you want to eat more, that can make you anxious.
Yeah.
um, and
Yeah.
so, yeah, regardless of what your thoughts or beliefs are on it, it also can cause a lot of anxiety, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I mean, whether you're Democrat or Republican, you just see how crazy politics are right now. On
well,
both sides.
I think a lot of both sides are starting to realize it's just it's going crazy. So that can cause a lot of stuff going on in your own personal lives. But
Yeah. Stress.
yeah, I mean, it's what else is going on out there? What else is stressful? We have, inflation, all that stuff. All the economy's still crazy right now. It's expensive to buy groceries. Gas is still off the charts, right? I don't know about you. I go to the pump and it's cost me almost $80 to fill my car right now.
Oh my God.
And
I
you have
mean,
a Honda. What you have a Honda, and how much is it?
a Honda Accord. It costs me $60 now. It used to cost me
Oh
50, but now it's $60. $60 every time I fill it up.
man,
Or
remember
so,
the
yeah.
the days when it was like cost you like less than that when it was
Yeah,
under.
$2, two some dollars. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
that's feasible, causable. Yeah. Because even when I was in Kentucky, gas in Kentucky went up to 4.30 a gallon. I'm like,
Yes.
also, I don't know Kentucky was that pricey in gas. Yeah,
Oh,
Kentucky
that's when
was.
you're just out there, right?
Yeah, I never seen Kentucky, and their prices was close to ours.
That is crazy. So lots going on out there. I mean,
Yes,
it's
it is.
still, and here's the thing is the economy, the country, it's all gonna do cycles. We know that it's gonna go up every time, in my own opinion, every time we get a Democrat in office, it goes crazy.
It
And
does. It does.
um, that's just my thought. So, but the point is what you have to look at too, and this is what our conversation is today is transformation is you got to take care of your health because that is wealth, right?
It is.
That's a play on word. Your health is wealth.
Health is wealth, and
Yeah,
that's
and yeah,
true.
yeah, and regardless of what's going on around you, we know things will either go in one direction, but if we have to do something physically, if we needed to all of a sudden pack up the car and take off or whatever, I'm just being facetious.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got to be able to do that health wise, because um, if I'm having struggles to get off the couch, walk up some stairs. So we wanted to talk about it. That brings us to our topic, because we just wanted to talk about kind of what the events are out there. Did I miss any events that you saw scrolling through social media, all the craziness? I know we wanted to tie that, how that affects us in transformation.
That's pretty much mostly it for the most part. What's going on in society is it's a big talk about Trump's trial.
Oh
That's
yeah.
that's the
Yep, yep.
biggest subject right now.
Yeah, I've been following it. I think I saw one. I'll talk about this. We'll share on this one. I think I saw a YouTube we had a panel of individuals, and one far left activist, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank was on there, and a Democrat lawyer, and one more person from Livewire or Daily Wire.
Okay.
And so they were all talking about it. It was interesting, Tim. And I'm just listening from just a neutral standpoint. I was just like, okay, I'm going to listen to this. And the first thing, Pierce, I can't remember his last name, Pierce, the one from London. He was the host.
Piers Morgan.
Yeah, there you go. He goes to the Democratic defense attorney. He goes, "What do you think?" He says, "This is the worst thing ever." And I don't like Trump. I don't care for Trump. I'll never vote for Trump. But he goes, "This should have never happened. This case should have never been trialed, and it's the worst thing to set preference." To take such a great country to put take your and put in weaponize the justice system that sets us apart from all other countries, right?
Yep.
And so it was interesting to see. And then Mr. Wonderful talked about like how nobody wants to do business in New York anymore because it's such a toxic
Yeah.
playing
Yep.
field.
Yep. In so
But
many
then,
ways, yes.
yeah, and this is where the kicker was. The far left person could not Pierce. He goes, "Hey, tell us what the crime was," and she could not pin down the crime. Well, it was this, it was that, it was this, and the even the attorney says, "You don't know what you're talking about." She was gaslighting, trying to throw character stabs because she couldn't really bring. And this is what I'm seeing in all the things I'm watching, is that everybody is trying to figure out what the crime is, but they can't really pinpoint it because there was no crime, there was no victim, there wasn't it. It's not a campaign violation because that's a federal, and they're
Right.
trying to get them on New York law.
State,
And
right. State. Yep.
yeah, and so and then here's the thing, is then the judge says, "Oh, it's okay if you don't agree. It's okay if you don't do this." And the direction, and that's what the attorney said. It was so convoluted, and and this is a Democratic attorney. So hopefully, if you're watching this, go find that. That was a good. Maybe we'll add it down into the comments. But it was crazy to see that individual, Tim, try to justify why this was an okay thing. I don't care if it's Trump or Frank,
Whomever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a witch hunt.
Yeah.
They trying everything in their power not to allow him run for
Yeah.
president. They try to
Well,
whip his name, his character, everything, just for
yeah.
him not to run for office. That's all it
And
is.
and we shouldn't. It's not about the person. Like, let's take Trump out of it. You're a veteran. You fought for the country. We're both patrons. Let's just look at it in general constitutional. That's what sets us apart from other countries, because we don't do that kind of stuff.
Of course, we're not
And
supposed to.
yeah, and Trump even showed it when he got into office. He didn't go after Hillary when he could have. He could have went after her with the emails, with all the stuff she did. Did he do it? No, he didn't weaponize.
Right.
No,
Everyone
he
is
was.
focused.
Yeah, he went to work to get this country back to where it needed to be. And I mean, you don't have to like a person, but man, it's just it's very worrisome. I mean, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. If you have half a brain and you listen to it, it doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't
Right,
make sense.
right,
Yeah.
right. I
Yeah.
mean, to demonize his character,
Yeah.
I mean, but again, the whole objective and what they're doing is trying to take him out of the presidential race. You
Which
know,
I don't think it actually is gonna backfire on him.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because the more they keep doing this, the more
Yeah.
people saying he's relating to us as a people in general.
Oh, he joined TikTok just recent, got 300 followers. Dana White took him to the UFC. They started chant. Did you see all that?
Oh, yeah, I seen him at the
Yeah.
UFC fight, and
Yeah.
different UFC fighters when they got to
Oh,
fight, they went out and shook his hand. And he shook their hand and pat him on the back and took pictures with him. I was
okay.
like,
And they're the most roughest crowd.
yeah,
And if they're embracing such a terrible person, but that's America too. The UFC fans are what that's America right there.
yeah.
Uh,
UFC fans to me, they remind me of the Roman Empire fans.
the
Kill,
Colosseum,
kill, kill. Yeah, the Coliseum, kill, kill.
gladiators,
Kill.
gladiators.
Yeah, yeah, for real. So,
Yeah,
but
that's what
hey,
they're modern gladiators. But they, no. Here's another thing to look at too. Trump does this really well, and Biden is way from it. Is the religious vote? And this is what I'm just putting out. Everybody's pushing against. Oh, don't Christianity's bad. Don't do this. You're seeing a
hmm
lot of that.
hmm
But who makes up the majority of the block of voting? If we
yeah,
take Nevada, who settled Nevada is the religious sects, right?
right.
Doesn't mean to be Christian. It can be Jewish. It can be Christian. It can be whatever. It's all the religions that make up the block of voting, and the one side has done terrible on really going, and they're and you're seeing also Biden. You're seeing this in the black community. He's losing the vote bad. Like,
Yes.
yeah, because have you seen all the TikTok,
Yeah. I
all
mean,
the fun
really.
ads?
Uh, I mean, from what all that Biden have done,
Hmm.
uh, everyone is seeing that everything he's doing is for foreigners and not for Americans. People born in
Oh
America,
yeah, yeah.
and that's what everybody's saying in the black community. That
Mm.
he's the things that people been wanting for, fighting for, trying to get in America.
Mhm.
He's giving easily to the foreigners. Not only did he give it easily to the foreigners, he giving them $10,000. Well, I don't know if it's $10,000 a year or a month, but he giving them money. And
Yeah,
give them money, you got to make more money. And we make more money. What happens? We make more money, higher inflation.
yeah. Well, I hope these real TikTok followers or YouTube influencers. Some of them need to join this fight. Like share their influence, get out there. Be
Yeah,
part of
most
the
definite.
yeah.
Most definite. Yeah.
Well, this is crazy. Oh, let's jump to that. I think transformation. We're just talking about kind of the events, and we'll get into our topic today for transformation. I think the big thing too is when it comes to you mentioned it, the border, because they were so worried that they were going to use this. The left was worried that the right was going to use this against them, which serves them right.
You
Eight
know,
eight to 10 million people have crossed the border since he's been in for 4 years.
and the reason
Yeah,
why they did that, Matt,
for the vote.
for the vote.
Yeah,
Because they trying to put so many foreigners where they take over the black vote.
yeah, because they knew
Uh,
they were going to lose it.
exactly.
I think the black community is getting sick of being used.
They are.
Yeah.
And I mean, the things they're doing, it's like, oh my
Mhm.
God. I mean, the rights that we've been trying to get or fight for. I mean, these foreigners that was born, you know, outside of the country and just come in the country, not even a month, they're getting rights that we've been trying to fight for years. Now on top of that, they doing crimes that we'll go to jail for or we get shot for.
Yeah, and
I mean, how slap in the face is that?
well, and it goes even worse. It's I didn't understand this till I really dug into the border crisis. You hear it, and if you actually take the time and look into it, it's not just people crossing the because it's when they cross over. What about the ones that did it right? What about the ones that went
Right,
through
Right. The
did it
whole
right.
process of
Yeah,
immigration. Right.
yeah. Number two is you got also your sex trafficking has went up. Your
Hmm.
child trafficking has went up. So
Yes.
adult human trafficking and child trafficking has went up. Fentanyl is up 400 something percent. It was just in the news, and I'm trying my best. It's up 400 something percent when it comes to fentanyl.
And you
So
know why that is,
yeah,
right?
yeah, because they can just walk through the border.
Because they're walking on the border, not
Yeah,
only their bodies coming, they're bringing everything with them, including
everything with
all
them.
the drugs and whatever else.
Yeah, now let's
Exactly.
talk about this as health wise. And this is just something to think, and people don't think of this. You got countries dumping their prisoners at the border.
Yes.
Now, prisoners that haven't been vaccinated, haven't done anything, they're gonna bring back certain things that we thought we eradicated. Because in certain countries, those like measles and other things, it's gonna come back. People are not realizing the crisis at the border is just not because they're coming over. That's why we have a border. You have to go through it. We're not saying don't come. We're
Process. You
saying,
gotta go through the process.
yeah, go through the process because we got to
Yeah.
screen you. We got to make sure other countries like to go to to go to Australia, you need an X-ray of your chest to make sure that you don't have certain things. That's why they have customs that when you can't bring fruit over because you can cause an introduction. It's kind of like the Australians when they brought the rabbit over. Remember that? And how fast did the rabbit multiply? Then they thought it
What?
was smart, so then they brought the coyote over, and that went wrong for them because then the
What?
coyote took, oh yeah, this is a funny thing that the Australians did, and I'm comparing it to the same thing. The repercussions we don't even. It's not even gonna. We're gonna have huge repercussions.
Yeah. I mean, to
Yeah.
me, it's uh, you really can't even put into words.
No.
I mean, uh, P Diddy and Big Small
Oh
used
yeah,
to
yeah,
say more money, more problems. And but when you have more people, you have a lot more problems. You
yeah.
know.
And people that haven't been screened, right? They only
Yeah.
caught. They said they
Yeah.
only caught 174 terrorists that came through the border. That's the only ones they caught.
Yeah, and you know,
Yeah.
for the terrorism that happened over in Europe, a lot of the bombings that happened, you
Yeah.
know, they're stateside, or you know, in London or Paris, whichever it was happening, they opened the borders for them to come here. You
Yeah.
know, I seen a report. They said because people thinking, you know, people crossing borders, they think it's just Spanish, you know, from
No.
Ecuador, El Salvador.
No.
No, they're coming from these Arabic countries and they're coming from Asia.
Well, that's what a reporter did. He went to the border. I was watching it. And he was interviewing everybody. He says, "Where are you from? China? Where are you from? Venezuela? Where are you from? Uh, South Africa? Where are you from?" And so what it's telling you is it like you just said, Tim. It's not just one. And it's even languages we don't even know.
Of course, of
Um,
course.
so now it's going to tax the system because we're not set up for. We're already trying to do other languages. We have, like, as a country, we have a great immigration system that where we come in when people need asylum. We're not against it. We just need to do it in a right way.
Yeah.
And this is not the right way.
No.
This is going to have such a repercussion now.
Oh,
And let's say Trump or whoever gets in. Well, we hope it's not Biden because if we have another 4 years of Biden, we're in trouble. We're in
okay.
trouble. The
Okay.
country will go to blank in a handbasket because we can't the inflation's just going to keep rising. Let's say worst case scenario Biden gets in. What is he going to do any different than 4 years? Because your 4 years already set what you are.
First of all, he's gonna
Yeah.
forget. He's gonna forget he's in the election.
Well, he's gonna the dementia's
Yeah.
gonna set in probably
Yeah.
within a year
Yeah.
now.
And he gonna fall asleep even before
Yeah.
he's elected, if he's elected.
Yeah, and that's just showing us. And you know what's sad, Tim? You being in the military, you could probably speak to this. It shows how weak we are as a country.
Oh, weak.
Yeah,
Ah,
because our leader can't even.
yeah. A
Yeah,
leader. He have dementia. He crazy.
and
You
they
know,
everybody knows it too. And I
I
think,
countries
yeah,
already countries already said. I can't. I think was it Hungary? I forgot which international country's president spoke. He said every time there's a Democratic president, there's always a gender issue. And I never thought about it until, I'm thinking like, hell yeah. Biden, Obama, Clinton, Carter. I'm like, ain't that a bitch? I'm like, yeah, dude.
Thomas Sowell talks about that a lot. You familiar with Thomas Sowell?
Yeah.
He talks about that. He says the same thing you just said. It's gaslighting and dogmatic terms. They recycle a lot of things that were in the past it's the best disinformation, because they'll say, hey, look over here why I'm doing this.
Right.
And let's keep you really busy. And so this Democratic Party has attacked the religious individuals, the churches,
Yes. Yeah.
Faith, everything the country was founded on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the whole reason. Let's go back to elementary. Why did we leave England? Like, why did the colonies leave? Not saying they're right. I remember in Dixie College, my favorite teacher was my history teacher, because when those people left, they had to get rid of their ways because they came over to get away from the overtaxation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted freedom of religion, and it goes into more. So you historians in there, you can fill it in. So we've came a long ways as a country, because we came over, then all the other stuff came in, and now it's like what the Veg said. I think the pursuit of happiness is, we're pursuing it, right? So I think this election, we're going to see the country stand up and bond together.
I hope.
I'm seeing it coming. I think you're already kind of seeing it, because you saw it in the UFC stadium, dude.
I mean, but you always have the set of people that are blinded. And,
you do.
And they're led by what other people say.
Well, that's because they don't think for themselves, and they don't look at facts.
Right.
They look at emotion. Because Tim, like, it takes my 7-year-old can figure this out. If you just listen to what's going on and put aside parties, and just look at facts, it's like 2 + 2 = 4.
I think so.
Yeah, and I'm not saying one's better than the other, but oh my gosh, if I was to take a stab, 2 + 2 = 4, I think, our best bet is the one that actually did something in the 4 years previous, not this last previous, the one prior.
Right.
Because our gas was low, selfish. If you just look at, like, the proof is in the pudding, right?
Yeah. And I remember Trump said, I'm not a big Trump person, but however, I'm for right. I'm for the people.
I think we both sit on that same area.
And when I evaluate both parties, both individuals, I don't know how anybody will vote for Biden. But what it was also, I add this, that a lot of people voted for Biden because so many people or the media put out how bad and racist Trump is. And I asked some people, say, how is he racist? What have you done to be racist? Well, he did this, he did that. I'm like, but show me where he did it.
He did. He did more for the black communities in office when he was in office.
And he vocally will put it out there, like, for the black community. Which I don't remember no president, including Obama, never vocally saying that.
Obama didn't do nothing for his. No. Well, and Obama wasn't truly even. He was from Hawaii, and his background wasn't even really.
Yeah.
He'd been a career politician. We talked about that. Career politician.
Yeah.
Never really struggled. He was fed throughout he got into the certain circles. And so let's take them both. Trump, same thing. He came from wealth. But then why would this guy, here's the thing. And then we'll end on this and get into transformation. Trump it was from one of the actors. I think it was Dennis Quaid or one of those guys. He said, he would never have voted for him, but he's going to vote for Trump this time. And he said Trump is probably the most investigated individual in the whole country. and, and they turned over every rock and everything. It's kind of like if you were to wake up one day, Tim, and your whole life and your dirty laundry was in the paper. There you go. Like he has nothing. There's nothing else. Like, and the biggest one where I don't get it is Hunter Biden and the whole Biden family and all their racketeering they did. Why isn't that being pursued?
You know, and one thing I find interesting is that all the investigation that he's done, no one has found where he's so racist. Because if they found where he was so racist, they would put it out there already. That
he did this.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, oh yeah, all the investigation that they done, they would said it already. Oh, he's racist because he did this. He's racist because he did that. And I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, born and raised.
You know what
I've seen racists. I know what it look like.
Yeah.
I'm face value. I know what it look like.
Yeah.
And being from there and seeing it, what I know from being, having people that's racist around you, by you, seeing them.
Yeah.
When they see you, you know them from a distance that you don't get close to them, or you don't go by them. You don't speak to them. You know that.
You can feel it as well.
Oh, right? No doubt. They show it. They display it.
Well, and how can Biden go from when he was saying I don't want to remember when he did one?
I don't want my kids going to school with those monkeys, those jungle bunnies.
Yeah, I don't want to jungle and how did that disappear all of a sudden out of history?
Yeah, and I tell blacks, different black people in the community, I said, what I know of racist people that turn Christian or that change their ways are the ones that became Christian and they really allowed, God to, direct their life, where they became unracist. But Biden, nothing happened. And I told them, I still believe Biden's a racist, but he's a politician, so he had to cover it up.
Well, they do a good job. They start claiming it. They start, the left always starts touting that word, and they start throwing it out there instead of becoming neutral and saying, "Hey, let's work on it together." And
right. And to me, there's no forgiveness. No, you still racist. However you want to put it, you still racist. You a politician, you just got to try to cover it up. So
it's sad. It's sad.
But we probably lost some people because we talked about the subject, right?
I know, it's all good. Let's jump into the. It's all good. We want it. That's been such a hot topic. It affects our transformation.
Yeah,
we think about it. Everybody thinks about it, or some don't. So let's jump into our transformation.
Because even us talking about it, it discourages people.
It does, but people have to have the ability to, when it comes to transformation or on your health.
Yeah,
you have to be able to have healthy conversations like we are. We might not, but we agree on most of the points, and we don't we both are kind of like, hey, we don't care. We just do your job,
Yeah, that's what I say.
Do your job and
just do your job. What you're supposed to do as a leader.
Yeah, and I think we're both, less government is good, because it doesn't solve your issue to have more. So I think that's the thing. But let's get into transformation, because this does lead up to the transformation. Because as you're having all these outside influences, like all the media, the social media, because this is what we wanted to talk about. What does transformation mean? Because let's just talk about it, because we're talking about all these things we're watching on social media. How much screen time are you doing? So what does it mean to transform? Let's talk about transformation, Tim, because that was leading up to our intro. That's why we kind of wanted to talk about these tough topics, because it's in our face every day, constantly, right?
Yes.
So what does transformation mean? Why do we use Transformation Tuesday? I've been watching. The people we've had one, but what does it mean, Tim?
Transformation. I mean, what is the word transformation?
Transform.
Trans means going somewhere, your destination, and formation means a setup, coming together somehow, somewhere. Yeah. So you're going somewhere as a formation, or you're going somewhere putting things together, right?
Yeah.
And Transformation Tuesday is just that's a good day to put your life in order.
Yeah.
Whether you want to say weight, whether you want to say objectives in your life, where whatever it is, But our subject is Transformation Tuesday because we want to help transform your life to live a more healthy life.
Yeah.
From going from one level to the next level, going from A to B to C, all the way to Z.
That's it. And having this transformation, it could be in your health, it can be in your wealth, in your business, it can be in your personal life, in your your
Yes.
your marriage, your relationships, dating. If you're in the dating world, what's it look like to have a full transformation? Because sometimes, let's talk about it. Because we talked about all the heated topics that are going on in the world. Sometimes we also get into a rut. Would you say that, Tim? We get kind of in a comfort zone.
Almost
Do
definite.
you see a comfort zone? I'm looking down. I need to look up at you here. So do we
Yeah.
get in a comfort zone at sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, different times you have a long day or situation arises in your life,
Yeah.
issues, circumstances, and you want to have uh, a whiny party, you
Yeah.
know, and having a whiny party, you get into a comfort zone where you just where you just want to be comfortable,
Yeah.
not doing anything. You want to stick
That's
to
it.
yourself,
Yeah.
or everyday life. Leave it to yourself, your flesh, your body. You'll do nothing all day. You'll do, just relax because that's what your body want to do.
Yeah.
You want to be comfortable. I mean, that's what going home and relaxing, TV and eating. That's what that is. But if you want to be comfortable in your body, something you got to do. You have to
Yeah.
work out. And me, if I want to look a certain type of way when I see myself in the mirror, I have to do something with my body to my body.
Yeah.
I
Take
have no choice.
takes that um consistent inertia, like a pressure against something to make it stronger,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
so same in working out, that transformation takes a while. And so in my journey, I was sitting down with my coach, and me and you talk because you always get on me, and you were saying, "Man, it takes a minute." And then we were talking about what are some the factors. And so that transformation, what I always hear, as humans, we want it like tomorrow.
Yeah, microwave.
Yeah, we want it.
Bam.
Hey, put it in the microwave. It's
Yeah,
ready. Eat it.
yeah. Do it
But
now.
yeah, but your body, it took you a while to get into the situation you're in. It's gonna take a minute to it's gonna actually take longer for you to get back to where you were. Or maybe you've never been there. Let's talk about that because transforming to something that you've never been. Let's say, because I've had weight problems over long time, runs in my family. We touch a carb, we blow up, right?
Mhm.
Um, so let's say that you've always been heavy your whole life. How is that transformation going to look different for them, Tim? Because if they've never had experience what it means not to be heavy, is there a psychological process here? Because is it going to be
Almo-
hard for them? Yeah,
Most definite. Because if I never tasted ice cream, I don't know what ice cream tastes like.
yeah,
So from being heavy all your life to want to be slim, I mean that's a mental process. What I look right, I'm not used to. You know, would I be desirable? You know, uh, they even look at chef in the mirror. I was like, is this really me?
yeah,
You get real personal to really wonder. Is this really you? Because you've been heavy all your life. But in order for you to to be in good health. You know, it, the part of life is to live a good life and be in good health along the way. Like we said earlier, the saying that goes, "Health is wealth."
yeah.
What's the use of having trillions of dollars and you have bad health? I mean, if you could ask the Apple guy, what's his name that died?
Oh, Steve Jobs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had all the money in the world, but his health, he died of cancer. Patrick Swayze, I mean,
yeah, he
a
did.
nice
Yeah,
actor, died of cancer, had all the money. One of my favorite actors, Robin Williams, you know, uh, had all the money in the world, but not his health, but it's mental health. But what the point I'm making is that what's the use to having all this money if you're not in good health to spend it, to use it, to utilize it, and whatever you want to do. You know, uh, so you've been healthy in your life. It's definitely a part of you uh, trying to be a better person, trying to live to your best potential of being you. You
Yeah.
know, being the best of you. You know, and as long as life give you years, you know, and as you get old gracefully. You know, if you're in good health. You know,
Yeah, because if you're not in good health, I think a lot of times we get so caught up that we get into that moment where we think, well, we'll wait till we got a few more years.
right?
We'll address it later. And how's
Yeah.
that usually work out for us?
Oh Lord. One thing
That's
about that, Matt, is that when you're young, you're full of energy.
correct.
You gain weight. You don't gain weight as fast because you're young. So your metabolism, your youthfulness, you know, it's useful. But as you get older, your body slows down. As you get
Right.
older, your mechanicals of your body start slowing down. You know, from your eating habits to your everything. Everything slows down. And just like me right now, I was talking to somebody the other day. I told him I remember I was 3% body fat. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
my body was so hard that I went to a masseuse. She couldn't massage me because she said my body was too hard.
She's
You
like,
know,
go sit somewhere to relax or something.
right? Yeah, you go for somebody else, somebody that could, you know, do something for you because I can't do nothing for you because your body too hard for me to, you know, do deep tissue. You know, I
That's
remember
crazy.
that. Yeah, you know, where I looked at myself in the mirror and I took pride in what I looked like. You know,
Oh wow.
but as I got older, you know, I'm grabbing some stuff now. You know, I'm not grabbing a lot, but I'm grabbing some stuff now. Which my time passed, I didn't grab anything. I couldn't grab anything. But as life goes on, as you go from 10 to 20 to 30, 40, and now I'm 50, you know, my body don't react the way it used to. You know,
Uh-huh.
and as I get older, I gotta just know that I'm getting older and I'm not the 25-year-old that I used to be, even though I'm 25 forever, but I'm not, you know, physically the 25-year-old that I used to be. However,
Yeah.
I'm staying in shape. You know, I
Yeah.
ran today. You know, I run. I go spar boxing guys. I go swimming. You know, I stay youthful. You know,
Yeah.
and another key to that is stretching and yoga is key.
Yeah.
Stretching and yoga help keep your body limber, and it help keep your joints limber. It helps with blood flow throughout your body. So stretching and yoga is big.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing is a lot of people. That's what I was told today. I have to do some yoga because I'm not stretching enough. And as we get older, that's more important to have
Yes,
that stretch, to have that
yes,
limberness, to
yes,
make sure we're not tied up in
yeah,
knots and all that stuff.
yeah,
Because I think a lot of times what happens with us when we get older, we start sitting around more.
yes. Most
Um,
definite, most definite.
we get we
You slow
get what
down.
yeah, we get into the American way, sit at
Yeah,
get
yeah,
off work and sit at the
yeah.
TV
Especially being
and
married and kids.
yeah. Married with Children. You remember that TV
Married
show?
with
Yeah.
children. I do remember Ted Bundy. No,
Yeah.
no, that's not Ted
Sit
Bundy. Al
at
Bundy.
home, yeah, Al Bundy, sit on the couch and watch TV.
Yeah.
So and it's here's the thing, and it really comes down to we always hear this, and when it comes to fitness, you have I told somebody this today. We've heard the statistics. You have about average of 30,000 years or days in your life. So 30,000 days or plus. If our average life is span is in the 70s, right? In American lifespan, what are you doing to have golden years? Like if you're in your 40s, that's my journey. I finally just made a decision. I don't want my 50s to be miserable. I don't want to be sitting there going, man, I can't tie my shoe.
Yeah.
I'm out of breath.
Yeah.
So how much, and this is going in your transformation, going back to the word transformation. And Viktor Frankl says this in a lot of his books in Man's Search for Meaning. Pleasure is one of the things that most human beings will run towards when it versus
Yes.
pain.
Yes.
And tell me what, I'm going to tell you, Tim, like training, like today was painful. Like I had to push through it. And in my head, I'm saying, no, 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 no. but I was pushing through it because it's how bad you want it, right?
How bad you want it?
But that's easy to say, right? It's easy to say how bad you want it. But here's the thing, we have to really be real with ourselves.
Mhm.
Either you put the time and the effort and the pain now, short-term pain for long-term gain, right?
Yep.
So here's the long-term gain. I'm not sitting in a hospital bed in my 50s, in my 60s. I'm able to get up and move and maneuver, go on, travel without any assistance. So that's just what you have to decide. What do you want?
Yeah, yeah, and I add this also, Matt, that as you get older, your body become more set as rigor mortis starts setting in.
Yeah, that's true.
But
It gets
it,
different.
it's harder for you to turn like you used to when you was
Yeah.
10, 20, you know. And when your body starts setting in like that, if you're not active, it's gonna be easy to throw your back out. It's gonna be easy for you to catch some type of charley horse or strain. Why? Because your body's not limber. And that's why it's so important for you to stretch and do yoga. Or even this one guy. I mean, this one guy, his name was Renato. I don't know if he's still
Mhm.
alive, but Renato I knew he was an older guy, never knew his age, but the way he used to turn and the way he used to move, I'm like, man, you moving awfully good, man. How old are you? He told me 76. I said, stop
Oh,
lying.
geez. He
I,
was
I
that
mean,
really?
bro, he was able to bend over like he's in his 30s, 40s and turn. I mean, turn with no pain or no slowfulness. And I'm like, dude, what do you do for you to maintain your youthfulness? He said, I walk and I do Tai Chi.
Oh, Tai Chi. Nice. That's a
Tai
good one.
Chi. Tai Chi, you at slow movements,
Mhm.
and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Uh
that's
yeah, I
wow.
mean, but he said that's what he did. And when I say this dude looked good, he looked good. He had a little belly, but he looked good,
He
you know.
was he was flexible. He could
Oh man.
move.
Oh man. And that same week, I was with a dude, his name was Keith. And Keith was at the time, he was about 46, 47. And he turned the wrong way and he threw his back out. He had a back spasm.
Oh,
And
wow.
oh
Shoot.
my God. And this dude couldn't move. I mean, and I had a back spasm before, and back spasms don't feel good at all. But my
Oh,
point
no,
is,
they hurt.
yo, man. But my point is that Keith, at an early age, in his 40s, mid 40s, had a back spasm, and he said out his mouth he don't never stretch or do anything. He just get up and go to work. And Renato, being 76 years old, him able to bend down and turn and twist the way he was. I mean, that shows the difference between somebody that's believing in the longevity in their life and somebody that just live just to live.
That's crazy. So that's a good intake of two cases
Yeah,
where if you're that's what somebody told me today. Hey, you need to stretch more. And I'm like, yeah, I can't I'm not flexible on this side. And flexibility has a huge thing of movement and it lessens the pain, right? It
yep,
keeps the joints lubricated. So I agree. I think a lot of us don't think about that. Like they don't think, hey, we should stretch every day. Even
right.
if you're not working out, if you're doing some sort of transformation, if you're just doing like, there's a big trend right now on social media with the chair workouts. You've seen those where they do the calisthenics with the chair.
Yeah, with the chair. I mean,
Hey, maybe you do that, but
hey,
you got to stretch. You got
yeah,
to, yeah. Yeah, and that's what we're saying. Whatever you do, just make sure you add stretching in there.
yeah. Just like I mentioned to you before, Matt, along with Rancel, is that when you go to work out and you don't stretch or do warm ups before your workout, it's just like when you're sleeping and somebody coming to wake you up. Instead of them wake you up gently, they just wake up. You know, if somebody
scare,
wake you up like
scare
that,
the
yeah,
crap out of you.
yeah, you ready to fight. You ready to get to swinging when you wake up. Because you woke up scared and your heart panting and your
Yeah.
adrenaline just going. As compared to if you when you stretch and you do warm ups before you work out, it's like a gentle wake up. Like, okay, wake up. We're about to work out. We're about to get started. We're about to do something. Get ready. Get ready.
Yeah, and that's the thing is is people don't realize that because they don't understand. They just jump right into it because we're young and
Yeah,
we think we're invincible, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, you know,
yeah.
they kind of go in helping. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a story when Gold's Gym was in. Um, this one guy, we was doing some. I used to be pretty strong, and we was doing some heavy bicep workout on the preacher curls, right?
Hmm.
And this one guy came over, and he just tried to jump in with us because he thought he could hang with us. Man, this guy came over there, and he was trying to do the weight, and he couldn't do the way he was straining, but he strained so much where he tore his bicep. His bicep ripped, and he was crying out loud like a little girl.
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
painful, right?
Oh my God, painful is not the word. Horrible. Yeah, I had a slight tear in my bicep when I used to box, and it don't feel good at all. But his tore. So I'm saying all that to say, make sure before you go work out, you do a warm ups and you stretch to get your body ready for your workout.
Yeah, and so the biggest thing is I think today what we wanted to really drive home is that transformation word. What does it mean to have a transformation in your life? People can say they've had transformation. I mean, we have it in all different aspects of our life. We
Yes,
can have it in our relationships, we can have it in our marriage, we can have it in our friendships. Transformation is what you do, like you say, what do I form into the goal that I want?
yes,
But when you transform, just like a transformer, right?
yeah.
We have to
Change.
change. We have to change in something, shape into something that we see. But the problem too is if you don't visualize it, when you
Right.
like right now, I've noticed in my journey, Tim, I've been consistent, but man, there's a mind game in it.
It
There's a
is.
mind game, man. I've not now have I had some slip ups on like eating bad one day here or there? Yes. But they've got less and less and less. So now when I go and have that anxiety and I'm in the pantry, I'm like, what am I doing? I just
Yeah,
kicked my butt today. What am I doing in here? And I walk out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Matt,
So
you know
it's weird.
what? You
Yeah.
need you need to live with me for about a week.
I'll eat carrots
Man,
and
hey, I guarantee you. You know what? Uh, uh, I had a lot of food in the refrigerator, and I was gonna fast this week. Fast, no food from
uh-huh.
Monday to
Well,
Friday.
yeah, wasted on.
Uh, but yeah, and I broke the fast today.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I ate nothing, and half the
Yeah.
of the day I ate nothing. But I'm looking at the fridge like, man, this food gonna go bad if I don't eat. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and eat this food this week, and next week I'm doing my 5 day fast, no
That,
food, just water.
that's what I say every day. Oh, I can't waste this food. I got to eat. No, I'll do it with you. Let's do it. 5 day fast. I can
Yeah,
do it with you.
hey, I'm telling you, bro. Hey,
Do a
uh,
cleanse.
and oh, wait, just wait.
I
Uh,
can do it. I've done up to 7.
oh, really?
Yeah, so I went that far, and it's good to do once a year. I think a long fast is you should do it because it
Yeah,
really cleans out everything,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
got to know your own body. So we're not
Right,
medical people.
right,
Just
right. Right.
disclaimers: know yourself.
Yeah,
And I usually try to do about 12 hours.
yeah,
In once a week. Right now, I'll do 12 hours, and then sometimes I'll push it to 48-hour fast.
yeah, yeah.
And here's the benefits of it. It helps inflammation go down, gets your sugar levels right, it
Yeah,
balances everything out.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it do so much for you because
Yeah.
when you make yourself not eat, when you don't allow yourself to eat, you allow your body to rest. You allow your digestive
Yeah.
system to rest. You allow everything in your body not to work. Excuse me, not to work for the food uh, process that goes through your body. And when your
Correct.
body rests, you allow things to heal. You allow things to
Mhm.
get better. You allow things to smooth out. Why? Because you allow everything to rest. Because rest, even your rest, going to sleep. If you don't rest and go to sleep, it causes high blood pressure. It causes heart attacks. It causes all type of stress. Uh, your body will shut down if you don't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
Your body be
It
like, I'm going to
it'll
sleep now. Bam.
Oh, we've all been there in a sleep deficit. And the thing with sleep deprivation, you can't make it up. There's no way to
No.
make up that sleep. People are like, oh, I just need more sleep. Well, no, you need to go rest because you've already lost that sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way to make it up. You just got to get well rested, and hopefully
And
your body will recover from it.
I tell
Yeah.
people that if you don't allow your body to rest now while
Yeah.
you're able to have rest, you will rest when you die.
Well, that's a given, right? Like you're gonna, and it could be you're
Yeah.
gonna be. It's gonna cause other things, like you said.
Yeah.
It can cause other
Yeah.
things where, and and the hard part too, Tim, is I'm somebody that struggles with sleep because having attention deficit and working through that,
I can relate.
yeah, sometimes it just brain turns on and I'm like crud,
Yeah.
and that's probably what got me into the weight is because then at night, if you're bored, you're watching TV, what is your
You want a
comfort
snack.
zone? Yeah, you want a snack.
You want to eat this.
Yeah, you
eat
want to
that.
feel good. So
You want
you're
to feel good.
chips, dip. We talk about that all the time. Chips and dip,
Oh,
right?
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
disclaimer. Let me let everybody know that
Yes.
I was never a big soda and juice. I mean, I love juice and soda, but I always drunk more water, right? But
Yeah.
one thing I did do a lot of is chips.
Yeah.
For some reason, my bilirubin for the last 3-4 years, in my blood work, my bilirubin was high, and I was wondering why is it always high. And the VA finally went and did I'm about to say autopsy. They did a
I hope they didn't do an autopsy.
MRI. Yeah, I know, right? They did MRI, and come to find out, they said I have gallstones in my right kidney.
Oh, you don't want those.
And I'm like, how in the hell did I get gallstones? And I'm thinking, I'm like, I don't drink soda and juice that much. Then I'm like, chips, all that sodium.
Yeah, all that soda, chips and dip.
All that chips that I eat. And oh man, I have to let you taste these chips I bought from Kentucky called Grippos. These chips are great. I know your wife will love them. It's spicy barbecue. Oh my
I'll
god.
try one.
Bruh.
If
If you like spicy, you'll love it.
Did you do have you ever done the chip? What is that one that's the hottest chip ever? The one black chip or whatever?
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. To me, that's insane. I mean, why you want to put yourself through that torture for? I mean, that's I have nothing to prove. Nothing.
Yeah. Well, let's take it home. We're hitting top of the hour here, 53 minutes. We've talked about a lot of things. Let's recap a little bit. If you're coming in at the end of the show, at the first of the show, the reason we brought all those things up is we wanted to show all the different environmental stuff that's hitting us, and how do we transform with all this noise. So Tim, give us your thoughts on closing the show. What's one thing you want to leave with them for total transformation? How do they avoid all that noise, and how do they hit their transformation goals?
Knowing what you want in life, as so much as your objective of what you want to look like when you see yourself in the mirror. What do you want as much to be healthy? What is healthy to you?
Yeah.
Because healthy to different ones, to everybody, it's a different meaning. But just be healthy. As the old saying goes, health is wealth. What good is having all this money if your health is messed up? So find a way to be healthy. However you got to do it. Whatever it look like to you, find a way and get there. Do it. Make it happen. If you don't do it, who's going to do it for you?
That's it. I think Mr. Tim said the best thing is just be conscious of where you're at too. Have those goals. We talk about running businesses and having goals and quarterly goals and priorities.
Yes.
Use that same technique in your personal life. What are you going to accomplish? Break it up in quarters instead of thinking I got to lose all this weight in 1 year. No. Hey, what am I going to do in the next 3 months? I'm going to hit this. Next 3 months, I'm going to do this. Next 3 months, I'm going to do this. Because if you break it down in small increments, it's easier to achieve, right?
More attainable.
My first quarter on my weight loss, and I'm almost to the end of it, was just to be consistent. That was it.
And you are.
Because if I can get over that habit and I make it a habit, then the next one was now I'm going to really work on transformation, like honing in on certain body parts and figuring out why my digestive system is not working, what's going on there, consult coaches like Tim, saying, okay, what's going on? Because by your second quarter, this is what I'm just suggesting with you. This is how transformation occurs. Break it up in quarters, break it up in long term. Stop trying to get the quick fix. There is no magic pill. Even though the internet tells you take this pill and you'll lose weight.
Or do this.
Or do this. It's hard work, guys. There's no way around it.
Right.
That's what I leave with you guys. Total Transformation. Every Tuesday we're here. Check us out. Go onto the website. We're getting this. If we invite you into we're sending the message to you in your messenger. Don't feel like we're trying to troll. Either watch or don't watch. We don't want to make it. Let us know what you think on the topics we're talking about. Comment below after you watch it, and give us some topics you want to hear about. If you're struggling with something, just privately DM Tim and say, hey, I'd like to hear you guys talk on this, and then we'll go research and give you some information. Sound good, Tim? Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for tonight. Always a pleasure, Mr. Tim.
Most definitely, man.
Yeah. And like we said, health is wealth. Let's get our health up. Let's start becoming a healthy American and American culture. Let's get our health down. Let's get our weight down as a society, because it's so. Let's not keep eating those fries,
Yeah, because we are the most obese society in the world.
Even though those fries taste good, Tim.
It tastes real good.
but once we give up something we shouldn't say that we enjoy, because it's not good for us, but we enjoy it, right? Let's be honest.
It tastes good. I mean,
tastes good.
We're Americans. We love what
things taste good. Yeah,
right.
Bad things taste good. Yeah, I was talking to my German friends that are part of our coaching. They fly in, and when we meet as coaches, they say that too. They're like, man, over here in America, there's so much like unhealthy fast food. I go, well, you guys have McDonald's, don't you? He goes, yeah, but the way we eat is not the same as how you guys eat. And I'm like, well, interesting. So think about that, because our culture is who we are as, hey, bigger, supersize it, right? Well, Tim, we'll see you next Tuesday. And if you guys have any questions, get a hold of Tim through his DM him, ask him if any questions you want, like him, follow him on his page, follow us here. We're going to be setting up stuff as we continue to kind of work out the bugs here on our total transformation. Cool. Okay, guys, till next time, continue to fight the fight. See you later.